The phone vibrated between us. Once. Then again, she didn't reach for it. Neither did I. The restaurant noise faded into a dull, underwater hum as the screen lit up on the white tablecloth. A name I didn't recognize. No photo. Just a single initial. M. She smiled too late. That was the tell. 11 years together teaches you the difference between a real smile and a defensive one. This was the kind you put on when you're already rehearsing the lie. You should take it, I said. My voice sounded calm, detached, like I was offering her salt. She shook her head. It's nothing. Nothing doesn't call twice in 30 seconds. I watched her thumb hover over the screen. The smallest tremor. Barely there. But I saw it. I always noticed the details. That's how I built my companies. That's how I survived rooms full of men who wanted what I had. I sipped my drink. Ice clinked, sharp, clean. In my chest, something shifted. Not pain, not yet. More like a door closing softly somewhere deep inside me. That night, she fell asleep quickly. Too quickly. Her phone buzzed again on the nightstand at 2:14 a.m. I didn't move. I didn't need to. The message preview lit the ceiling faintly. I miss you. I lay there, staring into the dark, listening to her breathe. Slow, steady, unbothered. And I understood something then. This wasn't an accident. This was a plan. The next morning, she kissed me goodbye like always. Same perfume, same warmth, same lie. I stood at the window and watched her walk to her car, heels clicking with confidence. The confidence of someone who believes the ground beneath them is solid. I replayed the last year in my head. The late work dinners, the sudden interest in fitness, the way she'd started guarding her phone like it was an organ. 11 months. That was the number that surfaced later, but the shape of it was already there. I just hadn't wanted to name it. Betrayal doesn't arrive screaming. It whispers. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is what amateurs do when they want relief. I didn't want relief. I wanted clarity and control. At lunch, I called my lawyer, not the firm, him. I need to ask something hypothetical, I said. Silence on the line. Then, that's never how these calls go. I smiled for the first time in days. That afternoon, I checked our joint calendar. Subtle changes, little rescheduled blocks. I checked credit card statements. Hotel bars, weekdays, always the same area of the city. Patterns form whether you look for them or not. That night, she asked me if I loved her. I answered honestly. Yes. Love doesn't disappear just because someone poisons it. I became a ghost in my own marriage. Present, observant, silent. I installed nothing, hacked nothing. I didn't need to. People betray themselves eventually. All you have to do is give them space. I watched the way she dressed when she said she was meeting friends, the way she avoided my eyes when she said my name, the way her laughter sounded rehearsed. I hired a private investigator with a reputation for discretion and boredom. The best ones are always bored. He sent photos. Nothing explicit. He didn't need to. Her hand on another man's arm. The familiarity of the angle. The ease. They weren't in love. They were conspiring. That was worse. I learned his name. His job, his divorce, his debts. I learned about the meetings with a financial advisor I'd never heard of. The consultations. The drafts. She wasn't just cheating. She was preparing to leave. To take half of everything I'd built. I slept beside her every night, feeling like I was lying next to a stranger wearing my wife's face. I didn't hate her. Not yet. I was busy recalculating. The final report arrived on a Tuesday. 11 months. That was the confirmed timeline. I read it once, then again. Slowly, carefully, like a contract. That evening, I placed the folder on the kitchen counter between us. She froze. "What's that?" she asked. I poured myself a drink. "You tell me." She opened it. Her hands shook now. No effort to hide it. Photos, dates, messages. The truth laid out without commentary. Her breath hitched. Tears followed, loud, messy. "It didn't mean anything," she said. I nodded. "That's what scares me," I replied. She reached for me. I stepped back. "Were you going to divorce me?" I asked. Silence. That was answer enough. "I called my lawyer today," she said finally, voice breaking. We can fix this. I met her eyes. No, I said. You can't. Confusion flickered, then fear. I already called mine, I continued. He said something interesting. I let the pause stretch. Your father already handled this. Her face drained of color. She laughed weakly. What does that even mean? My prenup, I said. The one you never read closely. The one you assumed I'd revise after we married. I leaned in close enough for her to hear every word. My father wrote it. Her mouth opened, closed. He anticipated infidelity, I went on. Specifically prolonged affairs with intent to dissolve the marriage for financial gain. I slid a single page toward her. Clause 14b, nullification. Zero entitlement. No alimony, no assets. Nothing. She collapsed into the chair. You get nothing, I said gently. Not because I'm angry. Because you planned. This time I felt it. Not rage. Relief. She moved out within a week. Quietly. I watched from the window again as she loaded her car, smaller this time. Folded in on herself. The ground beneath her no longer solid. I didn't follow up. Didn't check her social media. Didn't ask how she was doing. I already knew. Betrayal ages you fast. At night, the house is silent, clean, honest. I sleep better now. Not because I won, but because I saw the truth clearly enough to step away without bleeding. Love taught me how to build. Betrayal taught me how to protect. And I will never confuse the two again.